Fixiteers, thanks again for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, my name is Riley and I'm a former Jehovah's Witness. Today I'd like to discuss a letter that was recently sent from the governing body to all congregation elders worldwide. The letter was leaked to the XJW subreddit, presumably by a PMO elder who wanted to make the XJW community aware of this letter and its contents. The letter is entitled Announcements and Reminders and is dated January 2022. This is what the letter says. For elders. 1. Assisting young brothers to make spiritual progress. For several years, the governing body has emphasized the importance of assisting young brothers to qualify for congregation responsibilities. This continues to be an urgent need. It has been observed that in some congregations, few baptized brothers in their late teens and early 20s are reaching out to serve as pioneers or ministerial servants. In some lands, relatively few young brothers are applying to attend the school for kingdom evangelizers, to serve at Bethel, or to assist in kingdom hall construction and maintenance. On the other hand, qualified young brothers in some congregations have been held back simply because of their age. Therefore, the governing body requests that all bodies of elders worldwide give priority to helping younger brothers grow in their relationship with Jehovah and qualify for congregation responsibilities. Elders should regularly discuss spiritual goals with younger brothers. Although relatively young in years, exceptional ministerial servants may already be viewed as spiritually older men and qualify as elders in their mid or even early 20s. In due course, the Shepherd Book will be updated to reflect this direction. I don't know about you, but I find this letter very, very interesting because it smacks of desperation. Why? 1, the organization's numbers are in decline or at the very least stagnating. 2, young born-in witnesses, at least 2/3 of them, according to an independent study which I'll link below, are leaving the religion. And 3, the result is an aging population and thinning ranks of elders. So Watchtower's response is to essentially lower the requirements for elders out of desperation, because by their own admission, young witness men, for the most part, are not interested in reaching out for quote-unquote privileges of service. Now, to be fair, the age requirement for elders has never been a hard and fast rule set in stone with a fixed age. The requirements for elder appointments, as set out in 1 Timothy 3, 1-7, don't cite a specific age. However, it does mention a few things like being married and having children that give us an indication that the scripture isn't referring to young men in their early 20s. Also, it's worth noting that culturally for Jewish people at this period of time in history, a boy wasn't considered to be a man until he was at least 30 years of age. And most first century Christians would have been Jewish, so it's unlikely that the congregations of this time were looking to young men in their early 20s to be congregation overseers. So much for following the pattern set out by early Christians, am I right? Not only is this new policy an act of desperation, it represents a significant U-turn from a Watchtower policy that has been around for as long as I can remember. Which policy am I referring to, I hear you ask? Well, to help me answer that question, I'd like to hand you over to a very good friend of mine who will do a much better job of explaining it than I ever could.
Sure, you could relax the standard and you could perhaps attract a lot more people. But Jehovah's never been primarily interested in numbers, but he's interested in quality of his worshipers. Only 8 survived the flood. Shows you Jehovah's thinking on numbers.
So, as my good friend Stephen so very clearly explained, Jehovah has never been concerned with numbers. And as it was explained to me when I was a Jehovah's Witness, this is the reason why JWs are so much smaller as a religion compared to other religions, particularly religions within mainstream Christianity. Because they're unwilling to relax their standards or compromise on Bible principles for the sake of maintaining their numbers and appealing to as wide a range of people as possible. And this was explained to me many times while I was growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. So shouldn't this same principle apply when it comes to the appointment of elders? Why is Jehovah suddenly concerned with numbers when it comes to a shortage of appointed men? So much so that we now see a de facto lowering of the bar. I'm interested to know what you think about this. Do you think this is an act of desperation? What do you think will happen in the long term if the organisation fails to appoint enough elders and ministerial servants? Please let me know down below in the comments. Okay, that's all I have for you today, but before I go, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Dennis for suggesting the topic for this video. Dennis is a fellow ex-JW, a valued patron to the channel, and a personal friend. Dennis, I thank you sincerely for your support. And that's it. Please like the video if you haven't already done so, and also please subscribe to the channel with notifications so that you're alerted each time I post new content. Thanks again for watching. Please proceed to the Jexit in an orderly fashion, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you haven't already done so, please like, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. If you like my work and want to help me continue doing it, please support me on Patreon at patreon.com/Jexit_2020. And with that, I'd like to sincerely thank these very special patrons who make these videos possible.